Ooh.
To change the way things are, it's gonna take a lot of love. You didn't see that coming, I'm sure. Hey, everybody, happy Happy New Year. It's Steven, the medium for Through the Static, and this is the first show of 2022, and I cannot believe I started the show in July rather, and it's going to be 4 years this year, which is crazy. But I also have a amazing person on the show that just shows up, just ready to go, and just a handsome, guapo Puerto Rican who's here with me.
That's right. That would be Coach Ilix. The moment you said amazing and guapo, handsome, that would be my calling. I'm here, present.
That's your calling. Is that what you said?
That's right. You got it.
And of course, Mark, who is producing the show and has his show right before mine, Mark's Jukebox, is also in the house. But Happy New Year to everybody. I'm really excited to be back and to, after the first break, which will be very quick because the commercial was really long, start taking calls. And I will just ask, if you have had a reading with me more recently, if you could just hold off so that it opens the lines for people who have never been able to call because they can't get through, I'd very, very much appreciate it. So I'm going to be also doing a live Sunday night too, which is great on Instagram. So, but Elix, what is going on with you? Tell everybody your whole life.
So, two things. Number one, I'm super excited because tomorrow we celebrate Three Kings Day. And that is a celebration. That is a big celebration in my homeland of Puerto Rico. And so Three Kings Day is almost like our last hurrah. Well, I mean, sort of, because in Puerto Rico we celebrate the holidays till the end of January. But it's really the last official holiday tomorrow. And it's like Santa Claus for young kids. They put hay for the camels and cookies and milk for the Three Kings, and they hope and wake up early, hoping for gifts from Three Kings. So I'm gonna put some cookies and milk out there tonight, and I'm hoping for the Three Kings to drop off something.
Do they have a cell phone like you can call and ask them?
Well, you can try that. Good luck with that one. But anyways,
let me just, before you move on, the first year I went to Puerto Rico, the year we met in 1993, I was shocked and just in awe about Three Kings, because here, I of course I knew about Three Kings, just based on school and religion and whatnot, but never saw anything like it and how it was celebrated in Puerto Rico. And you took me to a mall, and I was shocked to see, like, Santa in the mall, like you see all over the place. There's Three Kings and kids waiting in line to see them. That was amazing. That blew me away.
Yeah, and furthermore, you also experience the Three Kings promise. And that is, that's our religious promise. And my grandmother had made a promise to the Three Kings, when she was younger. And part of fulfilling on that promise, so it's called the Three Kings promise, is that every year, Three Kings, you actually, to the Three Kings, you have like a family gathering where you have an altar for the Three Kings, and you sing and you bring native music, holiday music from Puerto Rico. And my grandmother really honored that celebration through my whole childhood. In fact,
I loved it.
One of my cousins just recently today posted something about, a picture of one of those celebrations in the, in the campo, which is, a house up in the mountains. That's really a house that my grandparents had, and it just really brought up
in its heyday. With, like, I was also again shocked at the number of family members coming, and the celebration and the food and the dancing, and in that ceremony when they sang to your grandmother, which is
to the Three Kings, not to my grandmother. They sang to the Three Kings.
All right. Well, listen, and that's pretty amazing. But can I just pull out something Furthermore, did you know
Yeah,
you said furthermore to me? Like we were in a conference room, and furthermore, the excess income is going to be returned to the capital. Like what? Where did that come from? Furthermore,
I don't know.
Steelix.
I'm trying to elevate my language. So, furthermore, pun intended. But the other thing that is happening
Still
is,
more?
yeah, well,
2020, before we moved to the Cape, we moved November of 2020. We went in from Christmas season 2019 to 2020, and because COVID started in March, we were lackadaisical about taking stuff down. But I know Elix already also had his back surgery, so that's a whole nother story that I know Elix has brought up before. But ultimately, we ended up keeping the big Christmas tree up, and we had that big Christmas tree up, the main Christmas tree, the huge one, like the one that was in the living room in the old house that had cathedral ceilings and was, what is it? Is it 9 feet, Elix?
no, it's like 12 feet.
12. Well, so we kept that up from November of 2019, and we only took it down in August when our realtor said, guys, if you're going to put the house up for sale, the tree has got to come down. Come down. So we ultimately ended up doing that. So, and that was really because just keeping, based on, I mean, of course we didn't know, keeping it up. And then once COVID kicked in, it was just, it was like a slice of heaven, like going in and battling what was going on in the world to come into the house, or at that point we were staying in the house so much, but seeing that Christmas tree was just, it just made us feel so good.
Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, I'm resisting, taking everything away. So that's it.
Well, we do. I mean, when you say we get depressed, we really, really do get depressed. But the great thing about this, Elix, is that there's no rules on this. So we do whatever we want to do, and if we want to keep something up, we keep it up. So
And that's exactly what we do. So, yes.
yeah, and I didn't expect that we were going to have the Christmas tree up until until August, but we did. So it ultimately worked out really well. So, but I'm so glad that we're back and we're doing the show. It's the new year. And as I posted, I'm not a believer of resolutions. I just think if you're going to promise something to yourself or make a resolution, it should be to your soul and not to a year. And I think it takes away the pressure. And as everyone just always looks at the year and it's at the beginning of January, I'm already falling off, and I don't think it should be like that. My experience anyway, or how I feel. So, but there's just so much great stuff that's coming in 2022. I can feel it, Elix. So that's good.
Me too. I can feel it too. Yes.
I love it. So listen, 508-222-1320 is the number. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, I am going to start taking calls. So we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix is floating around here somewhere, but let me go to the first caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, it's Paula.
I didn't hear. What is your name?
Paula.
Paula, how are you, Paula?
Good. How are you?
I'm good too, Paula. So let's check in what's going on with you. You know, Paula, before I knew who the first caller was, I kept hearing Bob, Barbara, Bill, Brian. Who's the B connected to you? First name, middle name, could be last name, and also could be living or could be crossed, but is a really, really, it sounds like you don't have like a Robert or a Bob or Barbara connected to you that either living or crossed?
No.
Well, make sure you keep it with you. Are you do you have a significant other?
Yes.
Is he still here, like living?
Yes.
So it's his side. They just said, his side. So someone on his side, and I don't know if it's living or passed away, but just make sure you keep it. And they just said 2. So do you have 2 kids? Are you one of 2? What's the 2?
No, I have 1 kid. I don't know.
Did you happen to lose? Did you have a miscarriage?
I did.
That's why. You know, I don't normally always ask that, Paula. But when you just said you have 1 child, is it a girl?
Yes.
Okay. So know that the one you lost is a boy. Did you know it was a boy?
No.
But you have a daughter.
Yes.
How cool is it that your son, from being in spirit, just wants to step forward? And I keep hearing him saying Happy New Year, Happy New Year, and he just said, Mom, how are you not getting the B name? Oh my God, you're killing me here, Paula, because it's so strong.
Well, I always said if I had a boy, I would name him Bryce.
Oh my God, that's it! I love that, Paula. I'm so glad that he kept pushing me to say that. I love that, and that was all coming from him. And it is a boy, and just know that. And he just said to me, "Tell my mom that's my name. That's my name in spirit. That's what everybody calls me." And that son of yours, it just said to me, Stephen, I could not have picked a better family. This family is just love. It's just such a loving family. And your son just said to me that he also wants to make sure Ma in the family, his dad, his sister, all of you guys know that he hasn't missed one milestone, one celebration, Paula. He has been with you every single step of the way. You have sisters?
Yes.
Because he keeps saying aunties. Are you close to your sisters or sister?
Some of them, not all.
That's a whole nother show here. well, then they don't. Your son doesn't discriminate. He loves them all. So he's just. What's 7? Are there 7 kids?
Yes.
Yeah, so he just said there's 7,
God.
there's 7. So all of this, Paula, is just to let you know that he's around you and making sure. He just keeps hugging you. And it's very interesting too that he just said to me, Stephen, my mom is different than her siblings. My mom, her makeup, she just has the biggest heart, and she's the most compassionate person in the world. And your son just said, tell my mom every single night that he's been in spirit. He lays with you when you go to sleep, and he's there in the morning with the family. But he keeps putting his hand on yours and keeps saying, he's like a mama's boy. He's just with you all the time. And he's with the family, but he just wanted to make sure that you knew that and how much, Paula, he loves you. So I'm going to leave you with that. So thank you for allowing me to do this.
Thank you so much.
All right, Paula, listen, you have a great, great night and a great week, okay?
You too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Paula. Lots
Bye-bye.
of love to you. So let me go to the next caller. That was so amazing. I love him. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Chris.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Happy New
Now,
Year.
Chris, I know, Happy New Year. I know you're not going to believe me, but I swear to God, if I had a camera in here, before I heard your voice, I wrote a Sierra K name for a Sierra K person. So
Wow.
I know, you don't really know I did that, but I'm just telling you I did. So, Chris, let me tune in. You, my friend, like very connected. Soon as I tune into your energy, there's angels around you. That's always my way of in your auras are this green purple. When I see that color combination, for me anyway, it's just a combination to let me know the person I'm speaking to is very, very connected. But there's a really, really strong dad energy here. So is your father here or crossed?
My father is here.
So is there a father-in-law who's crossed?
No.
He I guess then it's got to be a grandfather. Sometimes they just give me father figure, father energy, and so it's got to be then. But wait a minute, was it a short-lived time that you had with your father's father? There's a grandfather that says the time was short.
Yes, he passed away when I was very young.
This is your dad's dad, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, got it. So it is him stepping forward. He just said to me, my granddaughter would never, ever expected I'd be first to step forward. He's like, and I love that because it's a big surprise to her. But I want to make sure my granddaughter knows that I am he's a very, very big cheerleader for you. And just, he's always with you, but he also keeps, there's your mom's dad is also passed. There's another grandfather, stepping forward. So he wants to make sure you know that he's coming in. I keep hearing Peter, Paula, Pete. Who's the P connected?
Pete.
I keep getting
my boyfriend's family. His name's nowhere near Pete, but they call him Pete.
Oh my God, Chris, this is too funny. His name is not Pete, but the family calls him Pete?
Yeah. Which is weird.
Well, I guess you know what? Listen, coming from I said this on Facebook Live. To me, nothing's weird. I talk to dead people,
right.
So nothing's weird, right? But I love Chris. I love how your loved ones are letting you know that they know about Pete. They know about your life. They know about like who you are. Your grandfather just said, I want to make sure my granddaughter stands up and make sure that she remembers, who she is and how deserving she is and who her soul is, and never ever forget that. Because your grandfathers, I should say, because they just yelled at me, not one but two. There's a grandmother also coming forward, but the grandfathers just said to me that never ever doubt who you are in again what you deserve. It's just, if they're giving it to me, Chris, there's a reason. For it. What are they talking about? Does someone drink a lot of beer? Like beer, like Miller, like Budweiser, like beer, like BEER?
No.
So somebody, there's a six. Why does someone keep showing me a 6-pack? Unless it's soda. Soda's beer. There's something 6-pack. I keep hearing. So just if it doesn't come, Chris, and it. Oh, no. It's either someone here or someone past that drank a lot. I just said, what are you talking about? And when I tuned into their energy, like I'm all dizzy because they were drunk. There's an A, Al, Anthony, Ann. Who's the A connected to you, Chris?
I have a friend. His name is Andre. He's with us.
I mean, does he have like some like alcohol like around him?
Not so much. No.
No. So that's not what it is. Because you know what it feels like. It feels like I'm going to Pete's side. It feels like I keep getting pulled to your boyfriend or husband side, Pete. So just there's an A, and there's an A middle name also. There's 2 A's. Someone's got like would be like Chris Ann, or there's an A middle name connected. So just keep it with you and make sure you keep the drinking. Who had a bike? Who used to have a bike or wants a bike or had a motorcycle bike?
My grandson loves bikes and wants a motorcycle. He's only 3, but
I love when you just said that because it's not about getting it, it's about the conversation. Spirit's all about when, I mean, if you know that he wants a bike, then there had to be a conversation between him, his mom, dad, or how it got to you. And it's just your loved one saying that when that conversation happened, they were there, they were with you. But the A is also killing me, Chris, on Pete's side. There's a middle first last name A connected to Pete. So, do you know his family?
I do. I do. I'm try. He has his son. Actually, his son's first name is an Avante, which is A.
I knew it was going to come. Chris, I knew it because I kept saying who is it, and they kept pulling me towards Pete. So that's really connected and very very close to son. Why they do that is just to say that the drinking I was talking about is on his side for whatever reason. And this is not like secrets. For whatever reason, they're bringing it up as a validation. It could be that someone drank and became sober, and they want to give credit. It could be something that's going on drinking. There could be like because there was definitely there was a big drinking issue when they showed me my dad was an alcoholic, Chris, so I know that they're talking about someone who had a drinking problem because I also can smell a DUI. There was something with a car and someone drinking. I don't know if they were, a DUI was actually placed on them, but there was drinking and driving somewhere. Someone either sitting in a car, something like that. If it doesn't come, just make sure you hang on to it because there's a reason why they're bringing it up. And I'm feeling it's close to Pete's side, but in good news, I just heard everybody just say, tell Chris to hold on. This year, 2022 is so much better. Not to say that this, you're not in a good place, but you needed to hear that for whatever reason,
I did.
Chris. Yeah, I mean, that spirit just gives me stuff that they know you need to hear. I got to take a break, Chris. Thank you so much for letting me do this. Have a great week and lots of love to you.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Bye-bye. And we will be right back. If that was Monkey, he'd be going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Denise?
Hi, Denise. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good too. So Denise, let's check in what's going on with you. As soon as I heard your voice, all I kept hearing was what to do. Is there you or someone close to you or talking about some kind of decision?
Yes.
I love that pause. That was so dramatic, Denise. You're really good. Yes. Because it's just it's it's kind of weird, Denise, because everybody in spirit is all saying like the same. I don't know if I've ever got this. They're all saying the same thing about like but you know what? I'll tell you something, Denise, which is really cool, is that everyone in spirit also just keeps talking about whatever. It's almost like I'm trying to get the best way to say this. It's almost like they're telling me like you're at you're finally at the top of the cliff where you're supposed to be and ready to jump to get to the next level, and that's been stagnant. Whatever the decision or thing you're thinking about, just know that it's tied to something really great. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it's really tied to something good, like very, very good. So, however that falls, and there's also movement. There's did you move, or is there someone close to you that moved?
There was someone close to me that moved.
But did they move so they moved towards you?
Away.
Oh, away. Okay. It's very interesting. I asked that because Spirit told me to ask that, but it's also the reason why they wanted me to ask that is that you have to make sure you keep these blinders on. Normally I always say blinders are not good, right? Because you want to see everything. But in this particular case where you are, the blinders have to be put in because the blinders are just keeping you in your lane and making sure you stay where you're supposed to stay. Because it's, it also, I don't know, there's no other way to say this, Denise, but it feels from what Spirit's saying is that it's just been too long that you just are taking everyone else into consideration, or other things are sort of, it feels like there's a delay like of you moving forward, but it's not because of your universe. It's not because of like it's not because you don't know your passion. It just is just allowing other things to sort of like muddle up the pathway. I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Kind of, yes.
Well, just make sure you keep it with you. And who's A? What's the A name? Who's A connected to you?
My dad, Anthony.
So, but he's crossed, right?
Yes.
So Anthony, your dad just said to me, every single thing you just said, Stephen, is correct. Like, and she knows it. She knows it. She's like, I'm not playing. My father is very funny. I'm not playing with her anymore. I'm just not. She knows who she is. She knows what she's capable of. She knows the gift. She knows all of it. And there's a guy that's part of this. I don't know if this is over. Are you in a relationship?
No, but it is a guy, yes.
There's the theatrics again. No, but yeah, there's a guy. Yeah. So just know that your dad, as you know, your dad is like the number one fan, making sure you understand, you know that, in that, listen, your father just said, listen, if there's one thing I want my daughter to get, is that she may not agree with what we're telling you to say, and your father says, but I don't care, is that you do worry about others way too much, Denise. Whether you agree or say, Stephen, that's not true, I'm telling you, a spirit is saying, and especially your father is saying, she's just too focused on what others think, or what others like think is like appropriate, or in my daughter keeps sort of like detouring who she is to move forward. And your father just said, and when that happens, what my darling daughter doesn't get is that all this amazing stuff that is right in front of her. Because your father just said, there's been, and you're not the only one that this has happened to, but your father just said you're so close all the time to like having this amazing stuff, and then it gets so close, and then, oh, I think I should try this to make him understand, or this or that. All I'm saying, Denise, is that everybody in spirit is collectively saying this is like 2022 is Denise's year. So label it Denise and just stop whatever was going on and just make sure you keep Denise in the forefront, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Listen, you have a great week and lots of love to you.
Thank you, you too.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
This is Linda.
Linda, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good too, Linda. So another connected person, as soon as you said something, I saw angels around. There's a really, really, Linda, strong mother energy. I can't tell if this is mom or grandmother. And she keeps talking. Wait a minute, is your mother crossed?
Yes.
I thought it was your mom, but there's a grandma. There's two grandmothers, but there's your mom and her mom are stepping forward. Your mom just showed me a bouquet of flowers, which is generally my symbol for a birthday or an anniversary that's really close. So you got something connected to you.
I just had a birthday a couple weeks ago.
Oh, happy birthday, Linda. So,
thank you.
Yeah, I was going to, because sometimes people say, oh, I just had a birthday. It was in June. Like that wasn't just.
No.
No, but Linda, I love that your mom wants to give that as a validation. Do you read a lot?
I don't read.
This somebody, Linda, no, I do not read. I don't even pick up a book. I don't touch a book.
I do read, but I don't pick up books and just read a lot.
I ask that because your mom keeps talking about a very specific book. You know, usually when I see books, it's usually because the person reads a lot. But when you said no, I went back to your mom, and your mom said Linda knows. There's your mother keeps talking about is your father passed? There's a father energy. Yes. Because he's stepping forward too. But your mom just said there's a very special book that is either that was passed down. I mean, I don't know if this is like a Bible.
Well, yes, it was a Bible from my father's mother. She became an ordained minister and then gave me that Bible.
Do you know how we were in sync when we both said I think it's a Bible and you said it is a Bible? I love your grandma. Your grandma's and your mom. It was really important for your mom to give that, and your dad's mom, the one that gave you the Bible. I can't even tell you, Linda, what like she's just in tears what that means to her. And it's just not, it's not even actually about the material thing. It's just about you actually having it or getting it. And it's just, such a heartfelt, like I can feel your grandmother's heart, and just, it's really, really warm. And your mom wanted to make sure she brought that up. But your mother keeps touching like, my necklace or a pendant. There's something, what is that?
Well, when my mother was alive, my mother and my daughter each Christmas gave each other something to do with an angel. And my daughter this Christmas gave me an angel necklace.
Oh my God. I love that. And that's also thus when I started and saw angels around you, it's just your mom already sort of like prepping me of what I was about to say, even though I'm holding true to you are really, do you know you're connected?
I feel as though I am at a lot of times. Sometimes I think it's just voices in my head, and sometimes I really listen, and I do what they say, and things come out right.
Linda, listen, I love what you just said. I love that. That's following, your intuition and you knowing that you are connecting. But, Lady Linda, you are you are really connected. Those are not just voices in your head. That's spirit. You are very, very connected. And, why spirit just wants to give that acknowledgement is that they feel that you hearing it. First of all, a lot of people that like in your situation sometimes think like, am I nuts? Am I crazy? I think I I heard something, or I feel somebody, and they just want to say it's you're not crazy. It's us. Your house where you live is like central station of spirit. There's spirit everywhere in your home. But Linda, did someone lose a child?
My mother and my daughter both had miscarriages.
I think it's a double validation because I got my sign for there's babies in spirit. So so a sibling as well as a grandchild are both stepping forward. And there's like a name with a flower, like rose or lily or violet. This someone. There's something, or I don't know if this is an animal, if this is a person, but there's someone's called in a flower. Like there's no rose connected to you or lily, either living or crossed, Linda.
Not that I can think of.
I don't know. I've ran out of names that are flowers, like or violet, but there's definitely no. I mean your mom just keeps showing me a rose. There's something with the rose.
Well, my father used to give my mother roses all the time, and one time when I was at her house after she passed, I got this big bouquet of the smell of roses.
Oh, you smell them?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I am sure that's at least one of the validations your mom's giving, and just so excited. And I got to tell you, because your mom just said I didn't say that when your daughter this year gave you that necklace, your mother said she was standing there. Like she was there between the two of you and actually just gave you guys a hug when it happened. And what is 17?
That's my birthday.
Oh, I love it. Your mother just said, don't hang up until you say 17. So happy birthday, Linda. That's mom and everybody else in spirit just saying such a great happy birthday whenever it is. But I'll tell you, make sure. Well, I love the fact, I shouldn't say make sure, I love the fact that you got this validation of your loved ones that are not only around you, Linda, but that you actually feel them. And the more accepting or the more acknowledged, like an acknowledgement you give them, like if you get if you feel you get, like you see a bird, you see a cardinal or a blue jay, because your mother says she does that, and you say, thanks, Mom, the more you do that, the more you get. But that's totally up to you whether, how you feel about signs and your connection. So, but
I have a question for you, Stephen. Maybe a couple of months ago, or even longer than that, you were talking about a book that you read when you first became interested, and that you couldn't put the book down, and you needed to read that book to start some kind of class. And I didn't catch the name of the book.
Okay, so you know what, Linda? If you have email, just email me at stephenthemedium at gmail.com, and I will give you the title.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect, Linda. Thank you so much for letting me do this. Lots of love, and we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix, as we're known, Steelix. So let me go to the next caller.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
This is Kara.
Kara?
Yes.
Hi, Kara. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So, Kara, on hold, I was tuning into you, and Kara, where's the teacher come in? Did somebody at some point want to be or think about being a teacher? There's something that when I tuned into your even before I knew who you were, I can see the alphabet all around you, and that's always it doesn't have to necessarily be academics. It could be teaching music. It could be teaching like a nurse teaching or training. But there's some. By the way, now that I just said that too, where's the healthcare come in?
A couple places.
Okay.
My mom works in healthcare.
I got it. And Mom never taught?
No.
Like never trained or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so just make sure you keep it. Someone keeps telling me to bring to well, I did bring it up, the teaching piece. So just make sure you keep it with you. And there's a really, really strong grandmother. But is your father's mother crossed?
Yes.
She's here and stepping forward and letting you know that she's here. And it's I don't know if you're surprised. I just know that she just keeps saying, just tell my granddaughter I'm always around her and always with her. And I cannot believe she doesn't know the teaching thing. Where's the Bob or Barbara, the B name come in? There's a really strong B name.
My mom's mother is a Bernadette.
But is she still here, Kara?
Yeah.
I thought so. So because I only had one grandmother with me. So just again, it's just that grandmother giving a validation to Bernadette. Your grandmother, though, your dad's mom, keeps talking about relationship. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Are you married or are you just dating?
Not yet. No. Just dating.
Not yet. The reason why Grandma wants to bring that up, there's a William or there's a W name too, by the way. I don't know if this is connected to you.
That's my grandfather.
Oh, is his name William?
Yeah.
I love it. So now you got then each side of a grandparent here stepping forward. But I got to tell you, they give thumbs up to your boyfriend or your very much so. And where's this is like there's so much stuff. They just said that on his side, is he a John or G or J name?
His brother.
I got it. So it was a G or a J, and there's also an A name because I keep hearing
my dad.
Wow. I just said we're going to go through the whole family, Kara. We're going through everybody, but Dad is still here, right?
No, he's passed.
Never would have guessed that, Kara. Never. Your father's energy with you is so strong. I would have never guessed that your father is crossed. So it's a beautiful, beautiful way to let you know that he is standing next to you and always around and always with you. And I just said, so what do you think about, her boyfriend? And your father's very funny because he puts his hand out like sort of like, so I'm still watching. I still gotta be sold on it. But then he actually gives his thumb up too. Kara, did you just move?
In the last year.
So usually within a year they'll bring something up like that. If it's more than that, then it's they're talking about something else. But it's a way that your father and everybody else is giving that as a validation, Kara, just to make sure you know that they're following you and watching you. And I don't know if this is why I was pulling up the teacher, but are you still in school, or is someone thinking about school?
I am not. I have a friend who works in a school, but I think that might be a reach, so I don't know.
Yeah, and so your boyfriend is not like in any kind of like certification program or something that he would need to be studying or just finished or is going to?
No.
So this teaching thing is killing me, but it also feels as if it's attached to the teacher part is attached to someone thinking about going back or starting some program or certification or something like that. So, you guys have an SUV or a truck? Why do I keep getting that?
One of each, I guess.
A truck and an SUV?
Yeah.
I got it.
And a truck.
Yeah. So again, you may think that's so random, but they bring that up just as especially this is all your dad. Just bringing that up, and he keeps showing me a keychain. This is something. When I see a keychain, sometimes I don't know if he's talking about like a chain, like a necklace, or a keychain. Let me start with is there any significance with some kind of pendant or chain with you?
Yes. I have his diamond on a necklace from his wedding band.
I love it. And listen, I had the A or B, and I just kind of felt like the A should go with the chain first. So know that your dad, Kara, just brought that up to like specifically say, it's dad. I'm with you. Your father is like not only your biggest cheerleader in like someone who guides you, but I gotta tell you, Kara, protector is pretty amazing. He's just always watching over you, and it's just a way to say how much he loves you. He keeps talking about a signature or a name. Did someone do something like, I don't know, do you have his name or signature, or is someone going to do a tattoo? There's something with...
I have his handwriting as a tattoo on my arm.
Oh my God. I love Dad. So just know again that he's giving that as a validation, just to say, Kara, please, this is all about just saying, I just want my baby to know I'm here. Like, it's really me. And he just said to me in tears, like complete eyes watering, how much he loves you, and that don't you ever feel, just like Steven said, don't ever feel like I'm not with you, because every step of the way, and until you cross many years from now, your father is going to be there with you every step of the way, Kara. So just keep that with you, okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me do that, and you have a great week, Kara.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And just like that, the show's over. We have a couple of minutes. So, Elix, tell people where they can find you.
At Coach Elix, everywhere.
That's so simple.
I am a simple man.
And so I never ever would agree with that. Never, ever. No. Simple and Elix do not go together. No. No, you're a very complex individual. I was going to say young man. I'll stick with that, right?
I am a young man.
Exactly. So, make sure also, Mark, who produces our show, both mine and Elix's, and Elix's show is Fridays at 1 p.m. Get a Grip with Coach Elix. Make sure you check out Mark's show 2 hours before my show, 3 to 5, Mark's Jukebox, because today he did the number one songs for this date from the 60s and 70s. And I got to tell you, I was listening, and when I heard the Chipmunk song, I didn't realize that was back in the 50s. That was pretty wild. And so it's really cool to hear like what the number one song was. And Mark comes up with these themes all the time. So seriously, it's an amazing show. You just, as he says, just sit back and enjoy this incredible music. So you can find me, Stephen the Medium, everywhere. I have an intention this year to really be focused more on YouTube. So if you're not following me or subscribed to my channel on YouTube, make sure you do, because as this year progresses, there's going to be things that come out on YouTube first before any place. So if you want to be, in the know and know what's going on, that's really where you want to be. So Sunday night, my plan is to do a live on Instagram. I cannot believe I've never done a live on Instagram. And, it's one of those things that Facebook is so easy for me because I know it, and I don't know Instagram as well in reference to doing a live. So I am going to do that so that people, I just, this week I just thought, I have this account on Instagram, Stephen the Medium. I post all the time with Facebook also. no one knows what I do as a medium. They just know Stephen the Medium's posting, but they've never seen me in action. And so I'm going to change that Sunday night. How's that sound, Elix?
And well, it sounds wonderful, but I also want to remind people that they should also tune in Friday at 1 for my radio show, Get a Grip with Coach Elix. This Friday, I have a wonderful guest who is going to be talking about nutrition, especially starting the good year in a very healthy way.
I love that. And lastly, I'll say, if you're interested in a reading with me, just go to my website, stephenthemedium.com. You know, when I do these readings on the radio, clearly I am very limited time-wise, so I get the highlights of what Spirit gives me. But when you do a reading with me, which is an hour, we can get into a lot more, which I love doing. And, you know, on the psychic and mediumship side, meaning the mediumship side is what I normally do here, is just bringing your loved ones through and they just start chatting with me. The psychic piece, I get to do a little bit more on our readings, and that really is focused on what is going on in your life, where you're going, what's going on, what's good, what's bad. So stephenthemedium.com. So everybody have a great week, and if you're in New England, stay warm and safe tomorrow with the snow, but lots of love to you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.